Who wants
It's
to be
not
the
too
host
bad.
today?
No, you gotta run with it. It's not too bad.
Okay. So yeah, just give me 30 seconds to turn on the live. And we are live. Welcome back, everyone, to another day of the Daily Ute, where we talk about everything that is interesting to us and happened on the last day. Uh, I'm curious, did we launch anything today? What is the status of our launch week?
We did not launch anything new this morning.
What
We held
happened?
off.
Was there anything planned for today?
Yeah, we wanted to launch Domo today, which is all ready to go. Another how-to guide for your agents, which we showed yesterday, I think. But yeah, we held it so we could try to build some sort of agent that can, like an interactive agent that could help people install Domo or like answer questions about Domo or like engage with the community on Product Hunt and X and Discord too.
Could I, a question about that, could I even use your Domo through this interactive AI chat? Or it's
Could you
just
use my
helping?
Domo to build it?
Yeah, like put stuff on your calendar and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't think so. I'm not planning on that. So I was building kind of like I don't know what you're working on exactly. Maybe you can talk about that. But I'm trying to build like some sort of like access to all of our repositories, all of our code base.
So your question was about what am I working on? So I wanted to allow whatever you are working on to work on Product Hunt, so people could comment there and use interact with your thing. The only issue is that
Yeah,
Product Hunt doesn't like bots, and I
yeah.
don't like bots as well. And it's full of bots, so there must be a way, right? I'm figuring out what is the way to run bots there, and as soon as I discover this, we'll be able to allow your thing to run there as well.
Sweet. You should build it as like a Hermes thing. That's what my that's what my employee is running on. That's what Power is running off of.
Yeah, uh, yeah. It's the integration should be easy. So replying is a well, actually, yeah, replying requires a browser to go and reply, unless we like create some sort of endpoint where your thing doesn't need to control the browser and just send an API to reply. Uh, that could work as well. And receiving the notifications is the easiest part. That is triggering a new turn for your Hermes agent.
Sweet. What do? You just pull on that endpoint or something?
Yeah, so Product Hunt, they do have an official endpoint where you can poll for new launches, for new comments, and so that part is easy. It's official. Uh, so we should be able to like every 30 seconds check for new comments on our launches and do the analysis that we let the AI process the comments, figure out if there's new stuff or if there's a comment that requires a response. The the and then like actually replying is just opening the browser and clicking the reply, putting the text and send the thing. The issue is when we load the page of Product Hunt where they would block our browser.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying you got to do Camelfox because it's not the browser. It's like the AI bots that like the bot detection detects some sort of like JavaScript something that the bots are using to interact with the page, I think.
Yeah, I will. I'm in parallel. I'm trying with Camille Fox, and I'm also using the. I don't know if it's called Chrome CDP, with a few extensions to solve captchas, and um, the one that I tried failed to solve the um, product hunt. But after like you shared that comment, I found a package for Python that is supposed to fix the type of challenges from Cloudflare that I need to solve. So I'm trying that.
No,
Yeah, the
What
two
you can't
types
get
of
past Cloudflare. Cloudflare, you can't do it.
Daniel? Daniel, why not use? I mean, didn't Swags did a lot of work on this? Like, are
did
you
he
not?
I saw the videos he shared. I Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think he solved the captcha stuff.
Well, some of, I mean, some of the stack that he did a ton of research, and the stack that he landed, which is also the stack that I had landed on, doesn't is less likely to trigger the capture in the first place.
Yeah, just ask your
um,
plow. See what happens.
my plow. So it's funny you um, as you were talking, I just saw a browser open and solved the captcha. That was funny. I need to check like what exactly was running, which strategy. But yeah, there's a path. There's a path.
Cool.
What else? What have you, Sam and Jonathan, been hacking on?
Let's see.
For me, I was working on the video for the Life Dashboard how-to guide. I actually was using Descript, which was a very interesting experience. So is it started out as podcast-only editing software that you would feed it your audio recording, and then it would give you a textual version. And so you could edit your podcast like you were editing text. So if there was an extra, things like that, you could delete those words from the text and it would just cut the audio. They also added AI features where you could actually type things and it would replicate the voice. Now, the Life Dashboard was with Sam's voice, and I was hoping it would just like automatically pick things up. And the funny thing there is, it was like, oh, you need to actually say this block of text so we can analyze your voice. And the block of text is also an authorization to use your voice. And here I am on the weekend. Well, I don't have Sam's voice. Maybe I can get Sam to do this on Monday or something like that. I'll just use mine and see if it even sounds like me. So I do the authorization speech part with my own voice, and then I start making edits. And I listen to the first one. I'm like, I guess that kind of sounds like me. And then I listen to all of it in context. I'm like, wait, this sounds like Sam. And I guess it only used the voice as maybe a little bit of a sample and as like the notion of an authorization, which I guess could come from anyone. Maybe maybe our voices are like within some threshold of sounding similar enough. And it just did the whole thing and had no issue with inserting what I think is like a decent amount of Sam's voice into the podcast. And while I think there's a couple tonal problems, I feel that's more the script that I wrote, and I thought it did like a great job. I don't think you can watch the video. I don't know if you'd be able to tell that it's
Did you
one
did you
from like
publish
my
that video?
sample. I didn't like publish, but it's on the
I'm curious to watch that.
page.
Let's watch it right now. Put it on the stream.
Yeah, share
Now,
screen.
granted,
I didn't know
most
if-
of the audio is Sam's original audio. There was only a few spots that I cut that was like referencing seeds versus non-seeds. So I don't know if you want to play like spot the.
I think we should play the whole thing. Let's see what we're gonna launch.
Yeah.
Who's pulling it up?
Well, I can. Hopefully, it'll be able to get the computer audio. I'll pull it up. One second. Do you need to do anything on your end, Daniel? Because I think in theory I'm sharing it.
Yeah,
It has a
sorry.
little-
I'll add to the scene.
Okay.
I don't know if this
Okay.
shares. I think there's an option when you share to share audio as well.
There was a checkbox, and that's checked.
Oh, there
so
was?
hopefully
Okay,
it'll
cool.
come across. Yeah, I saw that. Okay, can everyone hear the audio?
No.
No.
Mm,
Shoot. I don't know if Restream has the ability to share the application audio. I
it
know
very
in
specifically
Zoom,
said like share computer audio in it.
it did have that.
It said, I mean, maybe it doesn't work, but it definitely there was a checkbox, and I made sure that was checked.
Well, you can share the link on Discord and maybe notes about which timestamp was the.
Yeah.
Let me try sharing because I remember when I used to share that time, we were able to hear the sounds.
Should we all try playing this? I'm gonna play it while Daniel, you're debugging.
Did you share on Discord or Slack?
I put it in
Daily
the
yield. Discord.
daily yield. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay. You know if you can hear the audio.
I recently posted the dashboard my wife and I use to manage our family's Reddit, and it sparked a lot of interest. I created it because we all
Wait. Sorry. Were you able to hear or not?
Yeah. I could hear.
Okay. Okay.
I recently posted the dashboard my wife and I use to manage our family's crazy life to Reddit, and it sparked a lot of interest. I created it because we always struggled to coordinate plans. I would commit to something, or I'd forget to tell her what I was doing. We were terrible at keeping each other in the loop. So I bought a Raspberry Pi, put Hermes on it, and hooked it up to a touchscreen in my kitchen. It's about $300 worth of hardware, but no new subscriptions. It works with iMessage. So now, whenever we have a commitment or need something, we just iMessage our group thread. I put all the install steps online. along with more details about the setup. I made a how-to guide that shows everything I did to make the setup. It is a fair number of steps. To get this, you have to install Docker, Hermes with ChatGPT, a Node.js front end, a custom font, an iMessage gateway, Google Calendar, Gmail, and a Slack integration. What's great about this guide is that it isn't just for a human. An AI agent can also read it and do the install. You can just copy and paste my setup with a one-line command. Your agent of choice will install it for you. The how-to guide will set your agent up to ask a couple of questions and then create a one-shot install prompt, working recursively through all the dependencies. You can see it working here. It takes time to install, but you can do it unintended. So there you have it, a working open source agentic dashboard that you can actually install in an afternoon. The best part, it comes with composable widgets. I get the scores for my favorite teams, the weather, the most urgent thing I need to take on today, and even any urgent messages from my vacation rental guests. Try it out and create your own widgets, and let me know what you think. Once you customize it, I'd be glad to help you publish your own how-to guide and give back to the community.
Very impressive.
All right.
I'm like watching it and I can't tell what. I mean, I'm like, did I say that?
Yeah, I mean, there was
Oh,
only a
let's see.
few, and it's the most notable one is at the 40-second mark. The first reference of it being a how-to guide versus a seed was the original wording. But yeah, it was pretty good. There was only one thing at the end where you say how-to guide, and for some reasons, like I was just trying to do that edit. It's like, oh, this doesn't have authorization, but I could copy and paste you saying how-to guide from another part, which was, I think, it's generated audio, but a cut, and so that cut doesn't sound too good, but that's a little bit more because it was a mechanical cut versus the
Yeah,
AI
interesting.
generated cut.
Uh,
Yeah, I was very impressed, I have to say. And it cleaned up a lot of the audio too. So if you listen to this versus your original video, there's less background noise, your voice is a lot more clear.
yeah. It feels like we should be using this. I mean, if we're going to be launching stuff, multiple launches
There
a
was
week.
there was a lot of times when I was recording stuff, and then I would like get 95% of the narration good, and then 5% I'll like mispronounce stuff. If I could just use this, like instead of spending hours recording, it will be minutes.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the key. I mean, I feel like this is like a way to take a one or two passes out of recording, and then yeah.
Yeah, especially just like when looking at a timeline and trying to figure out, okay, which was the good cut and things like that. This is a lot easier.
See, I'm
Yeah,
thinking there's echo from. I don't know if it's
1 second.
playing
Yeah,
on our speakers.
weird. Okay.
Can you all see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, this is the restaurant. I'm at the restaurant. Camel is there. This is Cloudflare being verified. again. Verifying from Robert. Done. Huh.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. What else would you like to talk today? So, is there any announcement? Are we sharing that we're going to release this tomorrow?
For
Well,
oh, sorry.
go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say for Live Dashboard, I wanted to talk because it seemed like maybe there were some things to tie in with what Plukas is doing if he's delaying the Domo launch.
Yeah, I think we need to figure out like we should there's some work to do to create like the plan for like what this thing is. So I'm basically building like this Hermes agent that has some corpus of data that knows about our products and that can respond to people on Twitter and to on our Discord channel. Um, so I feel like that is can we will have that for tomorrow, and how we choose to leverage that, we can figure that out, or if we want to add to it, that's fine. And then we can try to tie in Daniel's stuff that he's working on to this too, so that same agent can respond to Product Hunt. I don't know, Sam, if that's exactly like what you had in mind, or if there's other things that we should do with this, but that's kind of where we are.
I mean, I think my main goal is like launches where it makes sense to make them interactive. We should make them interactive, and then if it doesn't make sense to do that, we should just launch it. Did I answer your question?
No.
Okay, can you repeat your question? I got
So
a
given
message
what
from
I
my
just
ignorant
talked
son.
about, given that what we just talked about for like the agent that we have that I'm building towards, like, do you think it makes sense to use any of that to launch Domo or the products or the Life dashboard?
Yeah, yeah, I mean, yes. Uh, I mean, I would defer to the owner of the launch, but testing interactive launches seems like it has, if it's easy to do, I very much want to do that.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think it would be cool to try out. I'm just there's like still some disconnect to me, because it's like what I'm building isn't like, you're not talking to my Domo like what Daniel was saying earlier. Like, you're talking to some like Plow employee that can like tell you about all the stuff that we're doing. And so if that's like close enough to what you're like, is that like kind of interactivity, do you think, compelling? Or is it more like, hey, I built
I don't,
Domo, like,
I
you
don't,
go chat with
I
it?
don't, yeah, I don't, this kind of came up yesterday. Like the ambiguity of
Mhm.
effectively like the architecture and the prompting behind the agent versus what's being launched. I don't, I mean, I could answer the question, but I don't think I'm like, I would prefer not to. Like I would prefer to you. There's just this high level belief, and then I would prefer that whoever's launching like determine, okay, is there something we can run, like an experiment we can run against that high level belief that makes sense, you know? So sorry. Okay, so maybe I'm not being helpful, but the high level belief is like your launches will be 5 to 10 times more engaging and successful if like the demo, the if the agent is participating in the comment section of the launch. That's like the high level, like this is what I'm seeing, right? You know, like Daniel got hundreds of comments on Instagram, Peter launched OpenClaw, like it's an order of magnitude change in the effectiveness of the launch, the agent engaging in the launch itself.
Mhm.
So that's it. That's like honestly full stop. Whether we want to launch something, we could say, okay, the Life dashboard, I don't know, no one's willing to hook up their Life dashboard to the launch. We're just going to launch the Life dashboard. We want to learn something else anyways. You know, there's also a world where it's like, oh, Sam is willing to hook up his personal Life dashboard to the launch. So we're going to take what Daniel's doing and plug it into Sam's thing, and people can message Sam's Life dashboard. I think my first question is like, what's the recommendation from the team given that high level observation? But like the most engagement we have gotten on anything is like Daniel's My People on Instagram. You know, like, and I think we shouldn't ignore that. That's so if you want to be like, hey, we're going to launch Domo and we're going to launch the internal company Domo at the same time as like as an example, it's not going to be it's not going to help them install Domo or anything like that, but we're going to launch it just so people can like see what it looks like to talk to a Domo. I'm like, great, okay, let's do it. If it's like we're going to launch Domo and we're going to launch this external facing Domo that's going to explain what Domo is, help people install Domo, it's not going to have any internal context. Great, let's do it. I'm sort of, if we're like, hey, this is too complicated to hook up to Product Hunt, I think we should launch on Product Hunt without it. I don't, like I don't want to prescribe the actual action. I just want to like emphasize the observation.
I think, can I get some clarification on, is the idea to do a live product demo, or is the idea to do a live product salesperson that can talk about it?
It could be either. It could be either. That's what I'm saying. I mean, in some ways we should test whichever one's easier and then test the next one, like test both. But I don't, I think that's my, in some ways I have that question for whoever is launching the thing, like given Daniel's My People engaged on Instagram was the most engaged thing that we have ever done in the history of the company. What does that mean for the thing that you're launching? Do you want to, yeah. I don't want to create a lot of work, right? Like that's the other thing is like, I don't want to delay these launches unnecessarily.
What can we do to try to recreate what Daniel did on Instagram and push it further?
That was sort of the question we had yesterday, and then that influenced our stand-up yesterday. Which honestly, it might be worth just like each of Daniel and Palikas giving like a 15-second answer to that question for Jonathan, for like your point of view on what came out of yesterday.
Okay, I think that's my view, right? So there's a few pillars on doing the interactive launches on the why we want to do that. If 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 the thing running the chat is the product, then the person who is seeing the launch is not like guessing, actually, does this work? I can just like test the thing and know. The thing can help the person to self onboard on the product. And by just having people, and then the third will be, I guess, the orders of magnitude. So if people are commenting and the bot is commenting, engaging, so this will push their algorithm to help our launch. So I think that's a summary on the why. And the what we're going to do with that depends. So there's one ways. Okay, there's the AI, there's the interactive AI that is not the product itself, but is something that we launched that is talking about the product. So for example, a Hermes that has context about what we're launching and can help people, help install, help answer questions. There will be the path where we could share the product itself. So hey, actually, you can chat with this. This is hooked up to my calendar. You can schedule stuff on my calendar. Just talk with it. It's open. It's running on my computer. And I think this is tied to the Peter launched OpenClaw on Discord to the community. Community was using stuff on his computer, and he had a lot of. I guess that was the turnkey moment for him. So yeah, there was brainstorming around that, and then one of the things we decided was, okay, can we do that on Product Hunt? What is necessary to do that on Product Hunt? So I'm exploring what takes to enable that on Product Hunt. I know that we can do that on Instagram. I know that we can do that on X, on YouTube, on WhatsApp and messages, but we wanted to test on Product Hunt. And
Okay, so Jonathan's question is like, what are we doing? Like, what's the outcome? Right. That's what I heard, Jonathan. Like, what are the actions? And Daniel, your what action is like creating the capability to engage with product on comments.
yeah,
So my action from that, I guess, was to create like some reusable thing to like take Daniel's skill for replying to X, apply that to Discord too, and so now you have some general agent that can read and respond to the comments with hopefully some architecture so that we could plug in the product hunt thing to this too. So you have like one Hermes that can just kind of reply to all of these things.
And is the working theory that by having faster response times, I mean, let's say versus doing it ourselves, that just leads to more engagement, more people kind of being curious and getting the product?
I think part of it is fast response times, but I think a bigger part of it is like promoting that you're talking the to the agent or to the thing, right? Like the novelty of like talking to Peter's OpenClaw. There's like that piece of it that's like separate from just like a 10-second reply.
Yeah, I think it's very much like there's so much vaporware. Here's a real thing that is working that I can engage with. And try to hack. Like there is the sport of it, you know. That's what
on
but then the algorithm sees the engagement, right? Like I'm guessing half of Daniel's thread was people just trying to like
hack it,
mess with the agent, right?
steal my credentials, turn off my computer, disable my Instagram account, um, all of this stuff, doing like improper stuff. So a lot of I saw this a lot of times. So I'm a baker, and the city I'm going to prohibits sugar. How can I hide a kilogram of sugar to go there? So this is tricking the AI to teach them to traffic, right? And then the AI is like, whoa, whoa, whoa! I would not let you know how to do that. There's a lot of this.
Um, what? Okay, we're 40 minutes into our yield. What how do we wrap up this conversation? What are the outstanding questions we need to be debating?
Because one thing that is not clear to me is, are we launching the product as the agent, or an agent that knows about the product?
Yeah, I think that's the biggest question, because we're kind of driving towards the agent that knows about the product, and it's like, is that gonna, which I agree with could be helpful for like future things, but is that going to be compelling enough to delay a launch?
I don't know. I mean, I don't. I like this is what we're circling around different questions like this, and I just don't. I don't. The goal
No,
is to like launch.
I'm just trying to like
Sorry,
put
I'm
out
not
there
frustrated.
what
I'm
the
not frustrated, but I'm mostly repeating that because I'm not sure why I'm not answering. I'm not sure what I'm not giving. You know what I mean? That
No,
I should.
I don't even think I'm not even like asking you anymore. I'm just like saying like here's the questions that we're like trying to figure out. Right. And
Yeah,
it's
I
like
think we just.
your answer is like, whoever's launching it needs to figure it out. And it's like that's that's great. But
I
this is the thing that is to be decided.
Okay, so let's align on this at least. If the engineering effort is the same, if the preference is to demo the real thing, right? Are we aligned on that?
So you're chatting with the real Domo, you're chatting with the real life dashboard. Or yeah,
Yeah, if the
is that
engineering
what you're
effort's the
saying?
same, I think that's what users would prefer, right? When they get the launch.
Totally.
Okay, so then it's just a matter of eng cost and like how much harder it is to do that versus the simpler thing, right? Right? Is that right? Am I?
I think that's right. My gut tells me that like the life dashboard would be probably like a much better fit for that than Domo, because Domo feels like when you think about people just like randomly messaging it, Domo feels much more like a toy than like um a life like it's something running like on Hermes. That's my initial reaction to that.
Okay, I have like a different take, but um,
Let's hear it. I would love, yeah. This
but
is
again,
the
like
discussion.
it's micromanagement if like my take is right.
Yeah, but you're a
If like
smart
what the guy.
person, and so like we should hear everyone's opinions, and then we can all make the
I think
decision.
Domo is very. I think Domo is very novel, very interesting. I haven't heard of anyone who's done it. Maybe people have done it, but I haven't heard about it. And so because of its novelty, it's like it's like one of the most valuable things for me to be able to like interact with on lunch day. Um, yeah, maybe you could think of it as a toy, but like toys are the things I like playing with. So,
Yeah,
it's like especially cool to be able to like launch and interact with the thing that's just been launched. That's like a new harness, agent harness for Claude. I don't, but
what does everyone else think?
Um, okay, my take on this is the most we can launch and test and get data without spending time building the best. So, for example, the tests that I did on my Instagram was always using the same harness. It was always using my people as the agent. But what I
Hmm.
was pitching was, hey, uh, people ask me if I prefer Claude or Codex. Claude is running on the comments. Check it out. So I changed the pitch, but the thing was the same. And I did the same with Codex. I left Codex running in the comments, tested again. It was the same thing. It was using my people running Grok, but the pitch was Claude. The pitch was Codex. The pitch was OpenClaw. So I could see what people would engage with without actually having to change the product. Um, so this is so if we could make something that the person would have a similar experience to the real thing without us having to build another thing, uh, I would launch that and just figure out because I think I published 17 different reels. Maybe two or three got 30 plus thousand views, and maybe two reels is worth like 50% of the comments. So I think in total I had 2,000 comments, like 8,000 from the bot, 8,000 from users, and pitching different stuff to get the data. But I did not change the product.
Yeah. So I would say, in my quick thinking about it from here, as far as the products on Life Dashboard versus Domo, I kind of feel like at a high level view, they're actually pretty similar. And so being able to interact with them, I think, does the same things. I mean, clearly, I could see some world where, at least with the Life Dashboard, we could have like a camera pointing at some Raspberry Pi and you can see your changes live. At the same time, I feel like it's almost known, like, oh, if you have a live product demo, those tend to do pretty well. Anytime you can demonstrate, that helps out people figure out the product. That's why there's trials and things of that nature. So I feel like I would expect it to convert because it's not necessarily new. But I think in the realm of more of maybe what Daniel is doing, I think that is a little bit novel because we're using agents in a much more novel way on how to engage with the marketing, how to do A/B testing with an agent. And so I feel like that's a little bit more kind of the novel question in my head is, what does that look like? How much do people not like talking to an agent, or how much do they like talking to it? Does the hackability like wear off, or do people always want to play with it in certain ways when they know it's an agent that's available? And where does that begin and end?
Okay, so the Life Dashboard, your comment makes me think, what I want is, like, as part of the product launch, a live feed of the Life Dashboard on my refrigerator, and like it engaging in the comments where people can like post things on my Life Dashboard.
I
And
mean,
just like
that
try
would
to
at least
hack
be
my
one
Life
way to get
Dashboard.
engagement of you ask a question and there's a Life Dashboard widget on like current product hunt questions, and
Right,
yeah.
or like a message
It's a
for
live
Sam from
stream on
Product
Watch Me
Hunt.
Pivot.
Yeah. These, yeah.
I mean, I don't think we need
So
to have the, right? Like we can just like have the web page publicly accessible too. Like I was thinking for
there's
Domo,
something about the live stream with the video on my actual refrigerator and like people walking by that like is like, listen,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
some of this is like, yeah, this really should come down to each person who's doing the launch, and like, what is worth, what juice is worth a squeeze? And like, I think Product Hunt would go crazy about that, right? And so how many days does it take to build that? And yeah, I don't know. Like a live stream, like of we're like walking by in the morning. We just woke up and we're on that live stream. It's just like kind of funny.
I wonder if you can, on Product Hunt, instead of do a regular like YouTube URL, if you can do one of the live URLs to YouTube in Product Hunt.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know as well.
Okay. Can we move to stand up?
Let's do it.
I'm going to my room. I'll be right back.